the vineyard and work the work that you're called to work. And don't think about yourself. Think about this is for Jesus, his gospel, and the people that he shed his blood for. Godly, good leadership is what the church desperately needs. So be committed, despite being against some grains that you might come against. Be committed to the Lord. Be committed to your calling. Push and move forward for him. Push and move forward for him. So, the question came to my mind when I was putting this together, Jeremy. What makes a good leader? Okay, what makes a good leader? Let's start with Ephesians chapter 6, 16 to 17 says, and I'm sticking with the theme, Chanel. I'm sticking with the theme. Above all, lift up the shield of faith with which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. Now, these three components are very, very, very interesting, because the first three says having these things. In other words, Elder Rahab, you already have the helmet of salvation. You already have the belt of truth. You already have the righteousness of the Father on you. But it goes on to say, take up the shield of faith, and for the rest of the armor. Half of it you have. By the grace of God, half of it you must work with. And the last three, it comes into three categories. The shield of faith is all about your heart. The helmet of salvation is all about your head. And the sword of the Spirit is all about your hand. So the three keys to good, godly leadership is making sure that your heart, your head, and your hand are all for the Lord. Heart, head, hand. What's my heart saying right now? Am I preparing a message to look good? Am I reading the text not to eat myself, but just to, how can I speak the best way possible? Elder Rosalind, how can I speak to impress the people? How can I increase my brand on the pulpit? People are watching me on Facebook. I know there's 5,500 followers on the page. How can I impress them and get likes? Check your heart. When you're preparing a message, ask yourself, delete it and move on. You make sure that what you put here is for the Lord only. Amen. That's it. I'm telling you, you can start right, but if you don't watch your heart, you will finish wrong. That's the first thing. 3 things under this head you must recognize. And if you want some reference, it's Titus chapter 1, verse 5 to 9. I won't read it. It's just your reference. The first thing is, does this individual receive headship? Is this person submitted to the leadership of the church? Or are they rogue, doing their own thing in their own way? Are they teachable? Questions. So when it comes to the head, is your head covered with leadership? Titus was under Paul. Paul called him a beloved son. Can Rev call you, you're my son, you're my daughter? I know you have my heart. Can he say that about you? Or was he thinking, I love you, but I'm just not sure about you? Ask yourself the question. Second is, does this person deliver headship? Especially when it comes to husbands, men. Are you standing at the head of your home? Now that might rattle some people around this feminist nonsense stuff. I'm not speaking